Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our Let's Play of Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, today we are going to be focusing on the rebuild, the smart rebuild of oil. Also, you might have already seen it, we do have a bit of a concrete floor over here, not any kind of concrete, reinforced concrete, all over here in the crafting base and the train station over here. I've also been expanding the rail network a bit. This was just me basically watching something stupid on YouTube and then just building this with pocket bots. But the rail network got expanded a little bit. It now goes all the way over here. We will probably hook it up over here somehow, some way. Doesn't really matter yet. It's not really that important yet. There's also a new outpost over here, a copper outpost and a stone outpost. We did need an additional stone outpost because the amount of stone that we consume over here can be pretty high, especially since we now also make glass over here. The glass build, not very that spectacular. It's a very straightforward glass build. You might already notice that there's pipes over here. These pipes over here are for pyroflux later on, if we want to upgrade this to the better recipe. So this place over here, this very simple and straightforward glass smeltery, is going to be pyroflux enabled as soon as we have access to that. But today, we're going to be looking at oil. I've already been thinking about quite a bit over here, especially in terms of beacons. Now, if you know space exploration, or if you know Factorio, let's start off with Vanilla Factorio. If you know Vanilla Factorio, you do know that at some point in time, you get these magnificent beacons. In space exploration, you cannot do something like, or let's put it differently. If you would play a vanilla game of Factorio, you would probably have something like this at some point in time, where you beacon the absolute ever-living crap out of a building like this. This is not possible in space exploration. In space exploration, every building over here, or every factory that can be affected by a beacon, can only be affected by one beacon. Now, you might think, wait a minute, doesn't that make beacons super duper inefficient? No, it does not, because every beacon over here can have 8 modules instead of the traditional 2. So they are already a little bit more beefy over here. And of course, the space exploration modules go a couple of tiers further. So the high-end modules over here are also way better than the vanilla modules. So that is also a big change. So what you usually end up doing is then something like this. I have those in my pocket, that's why you're building them. I'm just gonna sketch something out. It's probably not gonna be the thing we want to have, but you usually end up doing something similar like this, where you then have something like this sitting around one beacon affecting 6 buildings over here. And in my opinion, that is the way nicer build. I like more builds like this with a single beacon than a single machine with 8 beacons around them. I just find this more aesthetically pleasing. Now, in space exploration, you do get access to multiple different types of beacons later on. This is the basic beacon. Later on, we do get the compact beacon, which is this one. You might remember this one. This is the old beacon design, or the old beacon animation from Factorio before it got upgraded to this, or downgraded to this. I'm not quite sure yet. It's also a bit hard to see on the blueprint, but it doesn't really matter. But you get these compact beacons, and later on you get the compact beacon Mark II. The Mark II is way better than the Mark I, but the compact beacon over here already has 10 slots and a module efficiency of 0.75, which means they transmit the effect way better than a classic beacon. A classic beacon over here only transmits 50% of the effect. So if I would, for example, put in this speed module over here, it would only transfer plus 10% speed. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. But these compact beacons, especially the compact beacon number 2 over here, they transmit at higher rates. The compact beacon Mark II even transmits at a rate of 100%. And this one over here is sitting at 75%. But on the other hand, next to the compact beacons, we also get the wide area beacons. Oh, look at these. These are bloody magnificent. The wide area beacon Mark I and the wide area beacon Mark II. The Mark I and the Mark II have the same size, so I'm just going to put them next to each other. I think that's fine. We have to take a look at that soon. Good. And yeah, these are the toys you're going to be playing around with in the future. Now, there's one thing that's kind of interesting. These Mark I, the compact and the wide area beacon, they go hand in hand. If you take a look at this one, the compact beacon, it takes 10 modules at a transmission efficiency of 75%, which is equivalent to 7.5 modules you put in there. And the wide area beacon over here does 15 modules at 50%, which is the same amount of power. So it doesn't matter if you use this beacon or this beacon. If you put the same modules in them, they will transmit the same effect. The only difference is that this one has a wide area and this one has a very low area. Now, you might be thinking, why am I not always using these? Well, you do need more modules in this one to make an effect going, and sometimes it might just be better to have one of these. For example, if you have some big buildings, like some oil refineries, and you only need like 4 of them or something like that, then it might be a good idea to just use like one of these in the middle. Okay, we can make this a little bit more gorgeous. There we go. And you can do something like this, and this thing over here is just enough to fire up all of these. We should also pick these up because they're gonna build it. But then again, the wide area beacon might also be more useful. And that is pretty much what I was trying out over here. I was seeing how much I could get under the hood of a wide area beacon and how much I could do in a smaller beacon. But at some point in time, I realized something. If we have a look at the beacons in the research tree, beacon, the compact beacon and the wide area beacon, you get them at the same time. Well, you get them more or less at the same time. They're 2 different technologies, but they come at the same time. They are next to each other. So we don't really need to think too much about this. We can just assume that once we have the compact beacon, we also have access to the wide beacon and vice versa. The same is true for the compact beacon Mark II and the wide area beacon Mark II. So as soon as we reach this point in the game, we basically already have wide area beacons. It used to be, I think in 0.5, that the wide area beacons were way later in the research tree, like way, way later. And that you got access to the compact beacons earlier. So usually builds would focus more on the compact beacons. But since wide area beacons and compact beacons come at the same time in the tree, and they're not too far away, we can get there. We will get there at some point in time. So it doesn't really make sense to make special builds about small area beacons or wide area beacons. So we should just build however we feel fit. And then I was kind of thinking, okay, we are going to be rebuilding oil either way. And we are going to rebuild oil with a beacon in hand. So the first thing we should probably do is get ourselves a wide area beacon and see how many of these we can get in there. And I think this is... You can probably get like more in there, but this looks nice. It's efficient. I'm happy with this. I'm pretty sure if you spaghetti it up super duper hard, you might get another one in there. But this one is easy to use and is straightforward. And yeah, this will work. This will work like a charm. So this is going to be the target build for the future. However, before we get there, we do need to make builds with the basic beacons in mind. And then I kind of noticed something. Look at this. This is the basic beacon build. This basic beacon build affects 4 of these. And if we copy one of these, it fits right in the middle. It fits right in the middle in the same pattern as over here. Technically, once we upgrade to a wide area beacon, we just take the small beacon out, put in 2 extra machines, or in total 8 extra machines, and put the wide area beacon in, and then we are ready to go. So we're pretty much going to be rebuilding our oil processing with this design in mind. And then I tried something similar over here for the chemical plants. The chemical plants, well, you can already see it over here. There's no special design pattern over here. We're going to use these small beacons over here, or the basic beacons over here, until we get the wide area beacon. And once we get the wide area beacon, we just take these out, plonk the wide area beacon in, and then we are happy to go. So that will be our design over here for the chemical plants. However, keep one thing in mind. At some point in time, we do get access to the chemical plant, or the advanced chemical plant. That is this magnificent boy over here. And the advanced chemical plant is 4 times the size of a normal chemical plant. Actually, no, I think it's a little bit more, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit more, actually. It's a little bit more than 4 times the size of a normal chemical plant, but it comes with a crafting speed of 8. Which means it will completely outperform whatever we have over here. And should we ever need something like this, then, well, yes. Whatever we produce in oil, we can eat it over here. Good, 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 good. Also, the advanced chemical plants, if you're already asking, we get them not at the same time as the beacons. We get them at a similar time. Where are they? Where are they? There they are. The advanced chemical plants are hidden behind biological science packs Mark II, and the beacons are hidden behind energy science pack Mark II. And you get energy science pack Mark II and biological science Mark II more or less at the same time. I mean, once you can make the one, you can probably also make the other. Good, 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 good. So, what's the target for today? We're going to be rebuilding oil with this block in mind and this block in mind. And we're going to be crunching some numbers to see how we could do that. So, that one goes. This one goes. This one stays. And this one over here gets a little bit upgraded, actually. There we go. Let's do it like this. Just to see where it is. You'll be over there. And then this beacon over here is sitting over here at this foot. Is that correct? That is correct. And then we copy paste it over. And then let's check this one real quick. Sorry, that's a little bit dark over here. Let's get over there. We should probably not be building that in map mode, because in map mode you can't really see that much. There we go. Let's just check if this thing fits. That thing fits. So that's going to be building block number 1. And that's going to be building block number 2 for now. There we go. Good. Let's take them with us. Let's fly over to where we want to rebuild oil. Now, we do need to do some number crunching. We do need to think about how much oil we produce and how much stuff goes from A to B to C to D. And especially with production modules in mind. We definitely want to make an automation system at some point in time for production modules Mark II and definitely Mark III. Here they are, the Mark IIIs. They do require things like vulcanite processing. They do eat quite a lot of vulcanite, but they are going to be worth it, absolutely. And we should maybe already start researching them. I mean, why not? Good. Okay, let's place these blocks over here real quick. There we go. So, all of this block over here is going to be processing oil. There we go. Let's place you over there. Let's take this thing out because we don't need it right now. That is how many machines? That is 16 machines crunching oil. Now, 60 machines crunching oil. Let's maybe calculate this for... Let's calculate this with productivity modules 3 in mind. How about that? Also, a little bit suspicious that the science is not going. Wait a minute. Let's have a quick look at space. No, yeah, science is not going. Probably because we're just missing science packs. We should probably at some point in time look at the automation to the rocket pad, but for now it's not important. That is getting more and more important over there, though. It's the second attack over there today, or in this episode. Good. But we're going to think about over here with production modules in mind. What we can do is we can just calculate this. We're going to have 4 speed modules in here. And it's going to be speed modules Mark III. There they are, speed modules Mark III. 4 speed modules Mark III is an increase of 160%. Let's get a quick calculator out so that we do know that we know that we're doing correctly. So that's a base crafting speed of 260 or 2.6. The productivity modules over here, they're going to take away about 60%. We can put 3 modules in there. So we have, oh, that's really nice. We have a base crafting speed of 200. So that's crafting speed times 2. And of course, we get a bonus out of this of plus 8, 16, 24. So this times 1.24 means input crafting speed is 2, output crafting speed is, let's just go with 2.5. And then we're a little bit over, but that is fine. Good. That does mean, let's put one down a few over there. We do want to do the heavy processing. The whole plan over here is we're going to have a whole oil industry set up over here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a refinery that only produces petroleum. Everything gets cracked down to petroleum gas because we do need a source of petroleum gas for things like plastic and for things like sulfur. Later on, there will be a second facility over here that mainly makes light oil, which we will be turning into rocket fuel. And the little bit of petroleum gas that it makes will then be, sunk into this machine over here, so that we have like more petroleum gas being made. Good. So your incremental crafting speed is going to be 2. That's good. So each machine over here eats 100 crude oil per second. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 400 per row. That is a very nice number. And then your output crafting speed is going to be 2.5, which means we are going to be producing 105 heavy oil over here per second per machine. There we go. Good. If we want to crack that heavy oil, the crafting speed over here is going to be the same as in this machine because they have the same amount of modules in them. So you over there, you will consume 40 heavy oil per second. You over there emit 105, which means we're gonna need 2.5-ish. Let's do the full calculation. We got 16 of these, 16 times 105. There we go. Is 1,680. Each one of these per second, heavy oil per second. Each one of these consumes 40. Divided by 40. 42. We're gonna need 42 of these. Nice. That's 9. That's 18. That's 36. That's not even enough. We need more than that. There we go. That's a row of 18. That's a row of 36. 42 would be... We're definitely going to have to do some shenanigans over here. How do we do this the best way around? We could just... We also have to keep in mind that if we make this one big row, we might have issues with pipe output and pipe throughput. I mean, 1,680 units. We can split it up into 2 pipes. That will be fine. But how about we just make this one? And then this might seem a bit excessive. That's 54. 42 is over here. So these 2 over here, starting from over there, we will be kicking it. Then again, we are going to need more of these later on if we want to increase the productivity modules in them. So I don't think it's too bad, too much of a bad idea to just prepare it like this. There we go, there we go. And then for now, we just kick all of this. Not required yet. Maybe later. But this over here will then be the heavy oil processing into light oil. Now, let's have a look at how much light oil we get out of this then. All the heavy oil from over there will be processed over here and will be cracked into light oil. Every machine over here, output is 2.5. So we make... Oh, did I calculate it correctly? I don't think I calculated this correctly over here. No, I probably did not. It's not 105. It's less than that. Okay, here we go. At the crafting speed, output crafting speed of 2.5. That means, yeah, let's do this. 70 times 2.5 divided by 2. Yeah, we only make 87 per second. That means we make 1,400 in total, divided by 40. We need 35 machines. 35 machines, not 42. There we go. So that will end over there. And I think that's also straight up the border for this one. I think it is, actually. Yeah, let's just do this real quick. Delete. There we go. And then... Yeah, I thought as much. I heard a double tap. That's 46, 45. So this over here is enough to process all of this. Perfect. Done. Love it. And of course, that then all gets turned into heavy oil. So that's 1,400. Let's go back to 1,400. There we go. Let's just see how much light oil we're going to be making over here. So 1,400 heavy oil is going into here. We divide it by 40. We multiply it by 30. We add our productivity on top of that. And then we get 1,312 light oil we need to process over here. And then we also get the light oil from over here. We don't have to forget that. So 1,312.5 light oil is being made in total. And then this one over here, each one of these, we got 16 of these. So that means we make, 30 times 16 times 1.25. We make 600 light oil over here per second. We add that to the 1,312.5. So we have to process 1,912.5 light oil. That's what we need to process into petroleum gas. Good. That will be this part. And then over here, same thing. Crafting speed is 2. So we just divide it by 30. And that tells us we need 63.75 machines, which should be more or less double the amount of machines that we... Nah, it's a little bit less. But 63.5 machines is the amount of machines that we need. Oh, we have got the productivity invoices there as well. Yeah, that's probably why we have an odd number over there. 63.575 machines that needs to process light oil. So that over here is 36. How could we do this the best way around? We could just add another row and then delete another row. We could just do it like this. There we go. Wait. Oh, that's odd. There we go. Do it like this. There we go. And now we have 54. That's not enough. There we go. And now we have 72. 72 is too many. But we can then cut from the end. But that basically tells us how many machines we're gonna need to process all that oil over there. Now, later on, even more advanced oil processing will be even higher in consumption. But I think this is a good way to start. Because if we build this, we will never have to think about oil again. Like, absolutely never, ever, ever. Absolutely never, ever, 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 ever. Good, good, good. And of course, we make some extra petroleum gas, and all the petroleum gas goes into the same machine. So what did we say? 63? So we need to go all the way over here, and then this and this. We don't need those, so we're going to cut those. Just for now. We can always add them later if we need more of them. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that will be oil processing. Lovely. And this build over here will be so much different once we have advanced chemical plants. With advanced chemical plants, it will be way different. Good. That now means we need to somehow hook all of this up into something sensible. We might need to do a water calculation real quick. Oh god, water calculations. I hate them. We are going to need 10 water per machine. So this over here eats 160. And then down here, we're gonna need 30 water per machine. That's 36 of them. 30 times 36 is 1080. So this over here needs its own water pump. And then last but not least, the other one. You over there also need 30. So that's even more water over here. Each row over here gets its own water pump. Yeah, this block gets its own water pump. This block gets its own water pump. Each row over here gets its own water pump. There we go. That's fine. Pipe calculation wise. Ooh, that's one more calculation we need to do over here. We do know that we push over here about 2,000 light oil in. We can put that into 2 pipes, no issue. How much do we produce? We should be producing less than that. I think the petroleum pipe over here will be fine. Good. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Now, this one will only be exporting heavy oil. We do need to think about a little bit how we set up this area over here. I'm kind of thinking of maybe just doing like we did last time around a bit. Like one line that goes all the way around like this. Oh, there's 2 little iron patches over here. That's good to know. One like little line that goes around like this, where we then put stuff in, get stuff out. It should be fine. We might even, and now to think about it, that might be even the best idea ever. We might not even be putting petroleum gas on anything like a train. Let's have a quick peek at that. Usage. We do need it for the vulcanite processing, but the vulcanite processing is going to be done off planet, so we don't need that. Solid fuel is not the thing we really need. Med packs, automation, we are not really thinking about that. If we do need something like that, we can make a small train for that. What is this? That is... Oh. Huh? This is a new one? What the hell am I looking at? Processed fuel, vitamin bloom, reagent, petroleum gas into coal, wood, and crude oil. Huh? Okay. So that would be a way to turn petroleum gas back into crude, I think. Probably. If you have enough production modules, this might be a positive loop. Processed fuel? Oh god, okay. That's something we have to take a look at some point in time. We do need petroleum gas for things like biomatter, but we can also make the biomatter plant right next to this one. And then, of course, plastic and sulfur. We know about that. Chemical gale, that's the thing that we need in space. And then, yeah. If we do want to put petroleum gas on a train, it will probably be a smaller train. We're not going to do big petroleum gas trains. We're going to do all the oil refining stuff over here. And I think that will be fine. I think that will be absolutely fine. So, that would mean this thing over here is going to be the heart of everything. And if it's going to be the heart of everything, I would say it will be over here in the middle. And then over here, we could maybe have like the plastic machine, the sulfuric machine, and then maybe over here, the rocket fuel machine. And I think that we're fine. I think that we're absolutely fine. Good. Let's take these beacons out real quick because we don't need them. The small beacons we're going to keep. And we now need to figure out how we're going to hook this thing up. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going to be just as straightforward as we can get. We do have to be careful over here a little bit with these pipes. These pipes seem to be connecting everywhere. But let's put it down like this real quick. Let's put one of these down, because just to show that this is going to be the heavy oil cracking. There we go. Now we do need to have that recipe everywhere. Good God, I forgot. And then the same thing over here. This is going to be the light oil cracking, so that we know which pipe is which. There we go. Good. And the same for this thing over here. Heavy oil cracking. There we go. Good. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty straightforward then. If this is all heavy oil, then it will definitely be something like this. And then that goes into you. Done. Heavy oil in there. What happened over here? There we go. And then this is also going to be a heavy oil pipe. So there we go. You go all the way down there. Done. And we do the same thing over here. Done, done, done. Heavy oil is done. The light oil that's being made over here, we're going to flush it from the other side. Whereas the light oil from over here, we're going to flush it from this side. There we go. So light oil are the middle pipes. We could just do the same thing again for this. That will not work. We need a little bit more space. Oops. Here we go. There we go. Also looking at the time. Time is flying again when you're having fun with pipes. So, that will be it for today. If you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions will help me out in growing this channel to something bloody amazing. And we'll also finish up this build in the meantime. So next time we're going to be looking at this one, it's going to be sitting over here somewhere. I think it will only finish up the build, but not connect up things like the train station and stuff like that. So that you can see. The train station itself is also going to be an interesting part. So this is going to be a little bit more of this in the next episode. Nevertheless, thank you so much for today. And without further ado, I wish you an amazing evening. And until next time, see you around!